does this trade make the Baltimore Ravens instant Super Bowl favorites? All right, now before I get too deep in the video, I want to say a couple of things. First thing is, make sure you leave a like on the video, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're going to enjoy the video if you enjoyed the NBA, if you enjoy the NFL, anything dealing with college football, college basketball, whatever. You're going to like this video, so you might as well leave a like on the video. And if you like this video at the end, go ahead and leave a like there. Like, just let the like marinate. And subscribe to the channel, because I'm uploading videos like this for the entirety of the off season, like until further notice, right? So go ahead, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and let's get back to the video. Yeah, man, it's official. The Raiders, as you can see in front of me, the Raiders are reportedly trading 5-time Pro Bowl defensive end Maxx Crosby to the Ravens. The Ravens are going to give up their first-round draft picks in this upcoming draft and next year. Cowboys tried to make an offer as well, apparently, like y'all see it. But now Crosby's going to be on the Ravens for the next 4 seasons. And I'm not going to cap this. Yeah, looking at this article, this might be the biggest move the Ravens have ever made, at least as far as I've known. Like, I can't remember any time where they have made a move this big for somebody. Like, I remember they tried to hype up DeAndre Hopkins going there. Yeah, it wasn't really worth the hype or nothing like that. Like, outside of draft picks, there's been nothing crazy. So, for them to make a trade for Maxx Crosby, who is one of the best defensive ends, especially when it comes to rushing the passer in the entire league, phenomenal trade from that aspect. And you give up this first-round pick and next year's first-round pick, I think that's actually pretty damn good. You still have your seconds. I don't really know their whole pick situation, but I'm assuming they still have their seconds. Have some thirds. You know, you still have some decent draft capital. You can still get a game changer in the second round, third round, fourth round. It's very possible. So the fact that you were able to get Maxx Crosby, this guy right here, on the defense that after last season desperately needed like a change. Maybe it was just a change of philosophy, but they needed something to be shook up in that motherfucker for surely. To get a Maxx Crosby is like perfect for them, honestly and truthfully. Now, I think there are some other things that defense could work on that they could bring in, but I think this is really good. Now, here's the thing. I already know it's going to start, just like last season when they got Jared Alexander. Are the Ravens now Super Bowl favorites? I think when you look throughout the rosters, like, it's fair to say that they're Super Bowl favorites with this, especially given their new coaches and the idea of what those coaches could make this team into, right? Jesse Minter did a phenomenal job with that defense on the Chargers. Phenomenal coach, phenomenal mind. Even some of the other minds that they brought in, I've been forgetting. I can't remember their names off the top of my head, but they definitely have a lot of guys. But my thing with the Ravens is their issue last season, it was the defense. But that was really just last season. Last season was the first season with the Ravens where it was like, yeah, your defense is the issue. Like, your defense generally sucks. Usually they have one of the best defenses in the year. I mean, in the league. I mean, between Marlon Humphrey, Nathaniel Wiggins, Kyle Hamilton, they pretty consistently have a top defense. But last year, I don't know what happened, bro. They were just absolutely ass-tastic. So you get Maxx Crosby. He kind of, is able to provide something new to that defense. My question is, and they had injuries on that defense last year too, if I'm not mistaken. But offensively, it's all about getting some weapons for Lamar. It's always been that for me. Getting Lamar a competent offensive mind and getting Lamar some weapons. Because, unfortunately, Zay Flowers and Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews just are not, and old DeAndre Hopkins are just not going to do it. Who's the Ravens offensive coordinator? Actually, I actually am forgetting. DeClan Doyle, yes. He was on the Bears beforehand. Yes, DeClan Doyle. I like it. I like this move, but now it's like you have Zay Flowers. Damn, that dude is 29. But you have Lamar Jackson. You have Zay Flowers. You have Mark Andrews. You have Isaiah Likely. There are definitely guys there. Don't get me wrong. There are definitely guys there on that offense where you could look at, you could be like, yeah, like there are some weapons, but they just need more. They need a dynamic receiver that's a clear number one in the offense. Not saying like this 6'5", like 200-pound dude can just catch over people. No, no, no. They just need somebody who can be a reliable offensive weapon for Lamar, and they just have not had that. Sometimes Zay Flowers is great. Sometimes he's not really all that. Sometimes Mark Andrews is great. Sometimes he's dropping 2-point conversions to send them to the next round of the playoffs. Sometimes Isaiah Likely, I actually like Isaiah Likely. Isaiah Likely has actually been pretty good, but it's just nothing consistent. Like outside Derrick Henry, like it's just really nothing for real popping over there with Baltimore. So hopefully, with making this move, the Baltimore Ravens can finally get right. But what I'm looking for from the Ravens is just to see how they can beef up this offense. They need to get some stuff on this offense. Desperately, they need to beef up that offense. And it literally can just change if they get one guy. If they can just get one receiver. Because you already got the running back. You already have Lamar. You have the backfield, undoubtedly. You just need the receiver. You need a good play caller, which is something I think they really have not had for the past couple seasons. But you need a good outside threat. Multiple good outside threats, I should say. So, I don't know. But that was not the only trade. The Buffalo Bills wanted to make some noise. They traded for DJ Moore. The Bears got a 2026 second-round pick. They gave up DJ Moore and a 2026 fifth-round pick. I'm not going to lie. I'm not reading all of this. Here's my thing with the DJ Moore trade. For the Bears, well, actually, I didn't talk about the Raiders with Maxx Crosby. Look, Maxx Crosby and the Raiders were inevitably going to break up, and because they were inevitably going to break up, I think when you have that much friction between two sides, it's just the best thing for them to go apart. That's probably why he didn't get as much as maybe some people were expecting. But, yeah, if a player doesn't want to be on the team and it's, like, publicly known that we all know how stuff when it gets out publicly makes it worse, yeah, just get him out of there. Anyways, back to the Bills. So, from the Bills' perspective, I'm not mad at it. You have Joe Brady as your new head coach. Regardless of how I feel, that's your new head coach. It was clear with this team you needed some offensive juice. Keon Coleman hasn't turned out to whatever you thought he was going to be. Gabe Davis isn't whoever you think he is. Brandon Cooks is not really all of that impressive. McCole Hardman, Curtis Samuel, like they have been rolling out a bunch of mid out there. Objectively. Not even trying to be harsh. They have been whirling out a bunch of mid, and this reason why Josh Allen has been having to carry, and I mean absolutely backpack that team for the longest, is because they didn't have anything. Like they did not, yeah, they just were bad. Like they just didn't have anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? So now I'll say, when you have a DJ Moore who, and we'll get to what he did on the Bears, DJ Moore is a good receiver. He'll provide something to the offense. He'll undoubtedly be the best. He'll be the best receiver that the Bills have had since Stephon Diggs, right? So I think getting Josh Allen just a weapon in that instance is very helpful. It's very helpful because ever since Stephon Diggs left, it's clear that teams are aware that they don't have Stephon Diggs on that team, and they play him like it, right? But Josh Allen is just so great that he's able to lead them to a lot of victories, like them beating the Jaguars in the first round, when the Jaguars were, in my opinion, the better team. That's just what happens, right? So you get DJ Moore, and I think for the Bills it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? You only give up a 2026 second-round pick. Cool, it is what it is. You still have your first-rounder and other picks. Like I said, the NFL draft is so good. Even though the Bills have notoriously not been good for drafting, hint, Keon Coleman, which I'm not faulting them for that. I thought Keon Coleman was going to be one of them ones. But, hey, and even before then, it just, no. Hey, man, you made a good move. I'm not mad at it. Now, from the Bears' perspective, I like this trade for them as well. Honestly, I think this is a good trade for both sides. It was clear to me that DJ Moore really just did not want to be on the Bears. There were times where, and I don't think this is a DJ Moore thing because he didn't really do this on Carolina. As a Carolina fan, I didn't really see it a whole lot, and we were as-tastic when he was there. When he was there, here, whatever. There were times with the Bears where his effort just was horrible. He was giving up on plays. Like that interception that the interception that Caleb Wilson threw, actually, the game-sealing interception, is because DJ Moore stopped running his route. DJ Moore was, bro, if I can pull up this interception, bro, it is because DJ Moore stopped running his route. Did I say Wilson? I meant Williams. It was because DJ Moore had stopped running his route. And, oh, yeah, here it is. Actually, perfect. Oh, my goodness.
Be
Yo,
honest.
this is perfect. Watch this. You got Chase
This
Daniel
is the
breaking it
effort
down.
with the season on the line that you're giving me, and everyone else is doing good stuff.
Look at DJ Moore.
Watch them the whole time.
Look at DJ Moore.
Okay, that's just that. That's not the effort that you want. All right, I'm gonna break this down. Caleb Williams
right.
has a really.
I'm not going to let you talk no more. Here's my thing, right? It's very clear and evident. Is there another, thing of this? No, there isn't another view. But DJ Moore is running this
Loss
route.
for the Chicago Bears.
DJ Moore is running this route like he's just vibing. He's not really running with a sense of urgency. He's not really running like, the ball could possibly come to him. He's just vibing. He's just trying to, get to his spot. He's not really running full speed. And then because he drifts back, I think he probably supposed to be somewhere in between the 25 and the 30. But because he drifts back, he allows the safety to kind of jump in front of it and get a pick. Right? Chase Daniel, I'm sure he has a breakdown for it, specific perspective on it that I don't have because I'm not in the NFL and I'm not a professional quarterback and I never have been. But just from what I've seen, bro, I agree. Now, Caleb Williams, that probably wasn't the best decision. That probably was not the best pass to make. Probably wasn't even the best play call for that situation. However, there were times like this, even earlier in the season, where he almost effed him over with his effort. So I think, it's good to get him out of there, kind of just hone in on the Luther Burden. Hopefully, Rome Odunze can develop into that wide receiver that we all thought he could be coming out of Washington. And yeah, man, you just get off DJ Moore, bro. Nothing wrong with it. DJ Moore was not some game-changing receiver. You could argue he held him back at times. I like the move for Chicago. That was not the only move. The final move was, if I can get to it, hold on. Boom! Now, this was crazy. Trent McDuffie is traded to the Los Angeles Rams for a 2026 first-round pick, 2026 fifth, 2026 sixth, 2027 third-round pick. Here's the thing. The biggest thing is kind of like with the Maxx Crosby thing. Does this trade make the Rams Super Bowl favorites? The thing with the Rams is it was clear that this past season, one of their weaknesses was kind of the back end of that safety, of that secondary, of that defense, I guess you could say. And getting a guy like Trent McDuffie completely changes and shifts everything for that defense. One of the only weaknesses you could say that team has, they don't have it anymore. Because you have Trent McDuffie, and that shifts everything. This Ravens defense could quite possibly beat the Ravens out. I mean, this Rams defense could quite possibly beat the Ravens out as the best defense in the entire NFL. No BS. That's how good I think this trade could turn out for them. As for the Chiefs, just horrible cap management by the Chiefs. You trading for them to have to get to a point where they have to trade Trent McDuffie after they gave all these extensions to these very mediocre players, and they're paying all these very mediocre players while you have Pat Mahomes on your team, is kind of sad, bro. Can you replace Trent McDuffie? For sure. You can probably find somebody to supplement him in his role, whether they're going to be as good as him or not. I don't know. His type is rare, so sorry. But anyways, the Chiefs just really need to step back, go to the table, and do some real evaluation, some talent evaluation. Certain guys in that building are getting overpaid. Some guys in that building didn't deserve to get paid in the first place. They need to improve that. They also need to improve their drafting as well. Because another reason they're in this hole is because, you don't have Tyreek and Travis Kelce to ride off the backs of no more, man. You got to draft. You got to make some picks. You don't have the cap space to just be signing people out of free agency. No. Draft some people. Pat Mahomes, still great. Probably not fit to carry a team to the Super Bowl anymore at this point in his career. Which is okay. He shouldn't have to. It happened for Tom Brady. Happened with LeBron James. Happened with Michael Jordan. It happens to everybody, right? So it's not a bad thing. It's just the truth. But the Chiefs, they just need to figure out how to draft. The fact that you have to give up Trent McDuffie, even though they did get a great amount of picks. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They got four first. They got 4 picks. Two. They're gonna have 2 first-round picks this year, and you got a fifth, a sixth, and a third-round pick next year. Cool. You get that for Trent McDuffie. It's actually a pretty good haul for him. Now, what are you gonna do now? Because I believe this opens like some cap room for them, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they definitely do need McDuffie, but yeah, man. At this point, it's just figure out some stuff to do because now your defense is looking kind of questionable. Your offense was looking questionable last year. Just figure out how to do it. And we'll just have to see the rest of the offseason goes for the Chiefs. Off rip, I don't like it, but it's also just they kind of had to do it, and it's a product of their own doing. Point by period. But yeah, that's all I got for this video. Kind of a crazy week in the NFL, and I just wanted to react to this Maxx Crosby thing. So I wanted to add some other stuff on there as well, but that's all I got for now. Until next time.